Hey guys, and welcome back. Today I have both of the new iPads here to share and review with you. Whether you're looking to get your first iPad or maybe upgrade, I'm going to help you make that decision today. So first, I'm going to start off with the iPad mini. This was by far the one I was the most excited to open up and try out. So this is essentially the same thing as the iPad Air, but in a smaller size. So this is a complete upgrade from the last iPad mini. It supports the Apple Pencil 2. It has a much better battery life, better speakers, better camera. All of this I will get into in the full review. It also comes with new colors, which are just so cute. I'm obsessed with all of them. Here I have the pink iPad with the purple Smart Folio case. And this is priced at $4.99. Oh my gosh. It's so cute and little. This also comes equipped with iOS 15, which has tons of new features, which I will also share some of my favorites later on in the video. Next, we have the new iPad, which is just a better, more upgraded version of their last iPad. The classic iPad is what most people go for whenever they're buying their very first iPad. So this is just the upgraded version. It is much faster. It has a better display, better camera, which also comes with the new center stage feature, which I will showcase in a little bit here. And this is compatible with their new smart keyboard. So this is just the basic keyboard. The only thing about this is there isn't a trackpad like there is with the Magic Keyboard, which you guys have seen me use in previous videos. So that is just something to keep in mind. But like the Magic Keyboard, this will magnetically connect to your iPad and automatically pair with it, which is really cool. And the keyboard is almost like this fabric material, which I really enjoy. So this iPad is priced at $329 with the Smart Keyboard Folio priced at $179. So this combination is definitely the more affordable option out of what launched during the last Apple event, and let's get into some of the more nitty-gritty details about these two new iPads. So like I mentioned, the size of the new iPad mini is going to be 8.3 inches and the size of the new iPad is 10.2 inches. So not only is there a difference between features and functionality between both of these iPads, but there's definitely a jump between the sizes. And if you're curious with how these sizes compare to other iPads that are already out there on the market, the iPad Pro is going to be 12.9 inches and the iPad Air is going to be 10.9 inches. So you have quite a bit of different size ranges throughout all of the iPads that are out there on the market, which can make it a little bit hard to choose which one is going to be right for you. Here you can see all of them side by side, so you can get a clear vision of which one you feel like might be right for you. You can also see out of these that the iPad 9th Gen is the only one that has a home button. All of the other iPads use Touch ID and Face ID for unlocking your iPad. So let's get into my full thoughts and review on the new iPads. I'm going to start with the iPad mini, and I have to say I am obsessed. I was a little worried about the size being too small, and honestly the iPad mini never really appealed for me for that reason, but after opening this up and seeing just how functional and convenient this iPad is, it totally changed my mind. You can easily throw this in your purse and bring it with you on the go. And I really love that this iPad is functional with the Apple Pencil 2 because that is my personal favorite Apple Pencil. I just love being able to snap it on the side of my iPad instead of having to charge it through the port. I feel like this iPad is perfect for people who use their iPad as mostly like a note-taking or planning device because it truly feels like you're just having a little notebook in your hand or something like that. It's very compatible to like a small journal size, and I just love the overall feel of this iPad so much. When testing out writing and planning on this, I found no major differences between my iPad Pro or the iPad Air. I found it to be very similar in feel. But I also have to say that I'm not the most techie person out there, so if you're looking for a super in-depth review on how fast it is compared to other iPads, you should definitely go watch someone like Marques Brownlee or iJustine, and they will definitely give you that kind of review. But when using it for all of the things that I use my iPad for, which is mostly, writing notes, planning, using Procreate, doing little creative projects, I found it to be the perfect size. It definitely wasn't too small even for Procreate, although I would say that if you are someone who is a extreme digital artist or illustrator, you might want to consider a bigger size. But this is perfect for someone who's just, making the one-off Instagram graphic, or likes to draw for fun, or, maybe is making GIFs for YouTube. And when it comes to things like journaling and planning my day, again, I was surprised that it wasn't too small. I actually really enjoyed the size of it because it just felt, again, like a little notebook that was in my hand that is super portable. I actually feel like I'm more likely to bring this places rather than my big 12.9-inch iPad Pro. This just feels a lot more convenient, and like I would bring it around, an office if I worked in an office or something like that. So you guys know I use GoodNotes a lot, every day, multiple times a day. So something that I noticed, which isn't a huge deal, but something to note, is that the full toolbar doesn't appear on GoodNotes. So you do have to kind of swipe through the different tools, whereas on my iPad Pro, that is 12.9 inches, I can see the full toolbar there. So like I said, not a huge deal, but something to note. And this iPad really does feel like just a smaller version of the iPad Air. Whenever I was planning, I definitely had to zoom in on the to-do list or different checklists just because it was a little bit small when it was entirely zoomed out, but this is something I already do anyways. And honestly, I think this would be the perfect iPad if you just wanted to make simple to-do lists every day. I'm honestly thinking about making a planner just for the iPad mini that is just a simple to-do list, and I think that this is the perfect format for that. I know some people were confused about the price point on this one, but I honestly feel like it is totally justified. This is an amazing device, and there's literally so much you can do with it. So the Touch ID on this one is on the top of the iPad. So whenever you're picking out a case, you're going to want to be cognizant that that is how you will unlock your iPad. So I know I have a lot of cases where they wrap around the full iPad edge to edge, but that wouldn't necessarily work with this style of iPad because you would have to kind of peel back the case every time you wanted to use the Touch ID. So this iPad also comes with an upgraded camera with an ultra-wide front camera. Honestly, this camera is amazing, and you will catch me using this to shoot all of my Instagram content from now on. I know that taking pictures on your iPad is kind of like a joke as like a mom thing, but you will catch me doing this, and I think that it works because the iPad is so small, so I think you can kind of get away with, taking pictures on your iPad. I also watch a lot of YouTube on my iPad, of course, and I found that this was still a great size to watch, whether it's a Netflix show or YouTube videos. Which, side note, I have literally been binge watching all of the Met Gala coverage on Vogue, so comment below if anybody else has been doing that too. Moving on to the 9th generation iPad. So this is going to have your classic home button where you will unlock. Like I said, this also is compatible with the 1st generation Apple Pencil, which you do have to charge through the charging port, and it doesn't just magnetically clip to the side of your iPad like the Air and the new Mini do. Again, I found this worked great with, things like planning and drawing, note-taking, using different creative apps. I found no major lags or differences between any of the iPads that I own and have used. I really enjoy this screen size. I think it's the perfect happy medium between the iPad mini and the 12.9-inch iPad Pro. I do have to say that I prefer the iPad mini or the iPad Air over this iPad. I think the small differences, like being able to use the Apple Pencil Generation 2 and not having a home button, and just the little differences like that make a huge difference, at least for me. I think it really just comes down to what you're looking for in an iPad and what your price point is. I also wanted to quickly touch on the keyboards just because this could be a determining factor in your decision. So on the left, we have the Smart Keyboard and the right is the Magic Keyboard. So you can see the size differences here. I just tend to prefer the Magic Keyboard, mostly because it has the trackpad built in, which is just super convenient and handy. So that is just something to keep in mind whenever you are choosing whichever iPad you want and if you want to use a keyboard with it. And last but not least, I wanted to touch on the center stage feature. So I think it's awesome that they added the front wide camera to the iPad, because as you can see, as I'm moving around, the camera is moving with me. I'm FaceTiming my dog here, and you can see that even when I sit down, it moves with me, which is just really cool for things like FaceTime or Skype. I do think it would have been cool if they added this feature in the normal camera app so you can do this as you're recording videos, but it's still a cool feature. I have these iPads here solely just to help you guys choose whichever iPad to get. One of the most common questions I get is which iPad is the right one for you. So I would definitely want to make more content just around iPads, their features, so I can better help you guys decide which one is going to be a good purchase for you. Overall, you can't really go wrong, but out of the new releases, the iPad mini definitely takes the cake for me. It's just so convenient and small, and it comes with all of the amazing features that you get with the iPad Air, but just in a smaller size. But like I said, you can't really go wrong. But I hope this video helped you guys out, whether you are looking to buy your first iPad or just looking to upgrade. I hope that this gave you some better information on the new iPads. Feel free to leave questions below and I will do my best to answer them. I hope you guys have a great rest of your week, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.